Welcome back to the special live edition of OTR on this Sunday. Joining us now is Amy Carnevale. She's the chair of the Massachusetts Republican Party. Thanks for being here. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. The state GOP, it has a complicated relationship with former President Donald Trump. Let's get your thoughts on the criminal indictment here.
Yeah, so I do think the criminal indictment is politically motivated. You know, certainly there was an allegation of a misdemeanor offense for which the statute of limitations had expired. And so this issue was looked at by the Department of Justice, by the Federal Elections Commission. Both declined to pursue the charge. And now we have DA in the Southern District of New York kind of pursuing this charge. So at a time when Donald Trump is running for president again. So it seems that he was signaled out on a political basis for this person.
But we don't really know what's in the indictment now.
We don't.
So
I think it still remains
to
a scene. But, you know, we know what the subject is. We clearly know what the topic is. And, you know, it was a misdemeanor offense initially. So it does appear at this time, and we do need to see what the charges actually are. But it does appear that it's related to a misdemeanor.
So there certainly is. I'm hearing a crack in you that once it's been revealed, be it tomorrow, Tuesday, whatever day it's revealed, once it's revealed, you might suggest, well, maybe it's not politically motivated if there is indeed a federal charge in it.
Sure, you know, I'm open to, you know, looking at exactly what the charges are, of course. You know, without having seen it, you know, you can't say never.
Donald Trump has clearly had his backers here, but in the last election, Republican candidates aligned with the former president did not fare well after all. So does this situation make your job as the party chair here in Massachusetts, does it make it more complicated?
Yeah, so certainly Donald Trump it elicits strong feelings in the Republican Party. You know, we do have a number of Republicans.
For example, the governor, Charlie Baker, would not embrace Donald Trump, Republican.
Of course. So, you know, my view is that the Republican Party and Americans more generally know their view on Donald Trump already going into this indictment. And the indictment is likely to further solidify those feelings, whether you're in support of President Trump or you're opposed to him. So I do think that, you know, that it's unlikely to change any opinions, but it is certainly heating up the rhetoric on behalf of the supporters of Donald Trump.
So keeping that point that you just made in mind, some have said that this sort of guarantees that Donald Trump will be the nominee for president in 2024. Do you think that's correct?
That's still a long ways away.
He's certainly fundraising off of it.
He certainly is fundraising. He certainly has a strong base of supporters, both here in Massachusetts and nationally. So in the Republican Party. So, you know, obviously the key is, you know, for the primary is getting support in the party. So he has that support and he's building on that. So this prosecution is elevating his support in the party.
And just this morning, the field got larger because former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson entered the Republican race for president this morning. So what do you make of the fact that another person has gotten into the race?
Yeah, you know, as a leader of the Republican Party, I think having that dialogue between candidates is a healthy thing. It's healthy for our democracy. So I do think it's valuable to have a range of views, and, you know, the party will sort itself out, and, you know, ultimately the nominee who emerges will be I think, the right thing for the party.
And will the Mass GOP support former President Trump if he is the nominee?
Absolutely.
You will.
Absolutely.
Last thing we'll talk about, I want to ask you about is not the presidential race. Well, maybe it is ultimately the presidential race, but I want to ask you about the Senate race here in Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. Elizabeth Warren announced that she's going to run for re-election. Can your party come up with I'm going to use a word, and I don't mean it to be offensive, a real challenger to Senator Warren?
Yeah, so I know there are a couple of candidates already looking at the race. I think, you know, Senator Warren has largely been absent from the stage in Massachusetts. So, and there's certainly interest in challenging her for her re-election.
I just want to ask, because during the last election, statewide, we did see a lot of Republican candidates that most would say were more to the right than what we're used to typically seeing winning here in Massachusetts, like former Governor Charlie Baker. Do you think any candidate that you could potentially put up against Senator Warren would be more in that moderate lane?
Yeah. Part of the reason I ran for party chair is because I do believe we need to attract candidates who can appeal to the independent voter. So that will be my goal as party chair, is to work with a candidate and support a candidate who can be competitive in the general election.
So thank you for coming in this morning. And believe it or not, and we did not schedule it this way, happy birthday to you, too.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Legit.
Yeah, it's her birthday today.
So thanks for coming in.
Thanks
It's great
very much.
To see you.
Thank you.